So let's talk about Elon Musk and the things he's involved with, because there's a lot of things going on in our world. And if we're not aware as Christians about what's happening, we need to make sure we stay informed. Now, I'm not suggesting here that he's part of this agenda or secret society. It's just something to keep in mind. Now, there was an article here where it talks about Musk SpaceX is building spy satellite network for U.S. intelligence agency. SpaceX is building a network of hundreds of spy satellites under a classified contract with a U.S. intelligence agency. Five sources familiar with the program said, demonstrating deepening ties between billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk's space company and national security agencies. The network is being built by SpaceX's Starshield business unit under a $1.8 billion contract signed in 2021 with the National I'm probably going to say that wrong. National Reconnaissance, I'm going to butcher that, I know, Office, an intelligence agency that manages spy satellites, the sources said. The plans show the extent of SpaceX's involvement in U.S. intelligence and military projects and illustrate a deeper Pentagon investment into vast, low Earth orbiting satellite systems aimed at supporting ground forces. If successful, the sources said the program would significantly advance the ability of the U.S. government and military to quickly spot potential targets almost anywhere on the globe. The contract signals growing trust by the intelligence establishment of a company whose owner has clashed with the Biden administration and sparked controversy over the use of Starlink satellite connectivity in the Ukraine war, the sources said. Now, my first reaction to all of this is awesome. You have security, and I believe you should want to protect your country. But at the same time, there could be some problems down the road, especially as a Christian. You want to look at this from a biblical perspective. What if the government labeled a Christian as a threat because of what they're searching on Google? Let's just say there's a new law about transgenders that go into place, and Christians are just doing their normal Google search, and the government deems that a threat on what you're searching, what you're watching. You see, Elon Musk, I'm not saying he's part of this agenda or he is the Antichrist. No, I'm not saying that whatsoever. But I could see this leading to a point where we're not safe, we're not protected, we don't have privacy anymore. Because if those laws passed in Congress that goes against our Christian values, that becomes problematic, especially since they can just go out and spy on us and see what we're doing on the internet. Now, I am not against you protecting your country, making us feel safe. I get that. However, at the same time, should we trust the government? Let's just be honest here. Probably shouldn't. And this just gives more power to the intelligence force to deem people as a threat. To say, you know what? What are you doing today, Jason? Why were you building a sermon about, let's just say, idolatry? Or let's just say it was about homosexuals and you wanted to bring that up in your sermon. You did a quick search to try to get some verses together, and they're like, that might be hate speech. So again, I could see this becoming a problem in the future. And as we get closer to the coming of Christ, this might be problematic, in my opinion. Elon also has his hands involved with artificial intelligence, where he believes that AI can replace human beings. Now, again, I'm not against advancing things and getting better, but when you put these tools in the hands of man and they have temptations and we have our flesh, there is going to be a group of people who will want to pervert it and make it something for their own gain. And that is where, as Christians, we got to be aware. Because if a guy like him is saying, you know what, they could be smarter than humans, they can be better than us, and now agendas get pushed even further. Obviously, I don't think Elon is some antichrist. I don't think he is a guy who is leading this idea of trying to end the world, because he might just be innocent. I don't know him personally, right? But I think at the same time, as a Christian, you just got to be aware of these things. You got to recognize, okay, yes, we have more security, but they have more access to see what we're doing. So Elon's got his hands in a lot of different things, and obviously got no problem with you having ambitions, trying to make the world a better place. No issue whatsoever. But when you put these tools in the hands of men who aren't Christian, who don't live right, and they want to radicalize it and make it something that might be against Christianity, that's where the issue lies. Now, should we have this doom and gloom? Oh my, the world is ending. I should be in panic mode. No, the Bible says God didn't give us a spirit of fear. However, at the same time, it's good to be aware and know what's going on in our world, in our society, how things are progressing and moving forward. I do see positives about having more security because I want to feel safe in my country. But I also see how this could go south. And if you're looking at Elon's involvement with AI technology and the statements he's made, you just want to be aware of these things. I think it's going to contribute to our society, and I wonder how that's going to play out. I'm sure it'd be cool to see and engage with. But again, we have a fallen world and people have agendas. And those agendas are going to contradict a Christian's agenda. It's just that simple. Should we be concerned? No, because we know the end of the book that we're going to be in heaven with Jesus for eternity and we're going to win in the end. But at the same time, it's just good to be aware. I think as long as we're not in panic mode, we're not stressing, as long as we can trust God and know that He's got everything figured out, and we continue to just strive as Christians and not be so consumed by this stuff where we're like, oh my goodness, all these conspiracy theories, this world is over, I shouldn't do anything, then we'll be fine. It's just good to point these things out so we're aware of it, we know what's going on, and we're prepared because we're not of this world, but we're still in this world. So yeah, those are my thoughts for today. I'd love to hear what you guys got to say about what Elon Musk did here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.